Bandidos, what up? It's your boy Tux here, and it's great to be talking about the extended goals event again. If you've been eyeing gear that can really shake things up, like the named Lexington assault rifle or the Eagle Bearer, then the Summer Swarm event hitting today, August 19th, might have you fired up. I'm genuinely excited too, especially for the Lexington AR, which I know so many folks missed back in its original limited run because life got in the way. And to be honest, I'm just tired of people asking that question. When are we gonna get the Lexington again? Well, here it is. Here it is. That weapon boosts some pretty darn good damage, both on burst and sustained, and it just handles really well. But it is the best assault rifle in the game. Then there's also the Turmoil knee pads for that sneaky double kill effect. It's sort of like Negotiator's Dilemma, except it's going to take your damage and split it amongst two targets. And the other reason people are going to be dedicating their life to this event is for the other exclusive exotics like the Eagle Bearer that you can only get from raids or a very rare chance in the Dark Zone. Same with the Ravenous and the Regulus, which is an amazing pistol. And also the Ouroboros, which you can only get from Paradise Lost, the Incursion. So all of those, plus the Lexington and the Turmoil knee pads, are what people are going to be after and why this is going to be a busy week for the division. And as a fun freebie, the full Wasp Warrior outfit you can piece together without spending a dime thanks to this event. It's got 5 outfit parts, 4 arm patches, 2 weapon skins, and a backpack trophy that looks sharp. Lots to run through. I got some important stats that you need to pay attention to. So let's do this.
Wait, did we just become best friends? So nice to meet you. I think you're cool.
Piece of shit wristwatch.
What gets me pumped is how this event opens the door again. All on the free track after tier 100, looping forever as long as it's active. No need for the premium pass here, and you earn progress through everyday stuff like missions and priority objectives. But I want to keep it real with you. While the hype is there, the grind can be intense. We learned that from last season. And understanding the true odds helps you decide if it's worth diving in or whether you need to call your family and tell them you're disappearing for a couple of days. I'm not here to discourage anyone. Actually, sharing this real talk could spark some community pushback to Ubisoft for better rates next time. Think about it. A small bump in those chances, especially for high demand items like the Lexington that left players hanging before, could make these events feel more fair and fun without ruining the challenge. And to be honest, kudos to the devs because they did improve some of the drop rates compared to last season, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So follow me here with the numbers. So how does this all shake out? So past tier 100, you unlock a bonus page with 10 repeating tiers, each needing 1,000 season XP. 5 of those are the Summer Swarm caches. Those are the ones we're after, spaced every other one. You grind the full loop to grab them. The caches guarantee some basics like materials, but the real draws are the chance-based drops across categories. Vanity stuff, like the Wasp Warrior pieces, has a solid 50% chance per cache until you collect everything. You could wrap up the outfit in 10 to 20 opens if things go your way. For the gear that matters most, it's layered. A category rolls first, then picks an item inside of it. For example, seasonal exotics have a 10% category chance, with things like the Chatterbox at 40% inside for a slight boost during this event. Named items are also 10% to trigger, where the Lexington sits at 30%. Again, a bit elevated, but listen up. It gives it a true 3% per cache overall, while Turmoil knee pads are at 5% inside, so 0.5% effective. The exclusive exotics, your Eagle Bearer, Regulus, or Ravenous, are going to be the toughest. Just 0.5% for the category to drop, and then split evenly among 7 items, landing each at about 0.071% per cache. Yikes. Wow. Those are some tiny odds. To put this into perspective, let's look at what it takes to feel confident. For a near certain 99% shot at one specific exclusive, let's say the Eagle Bearer, you're staring down around 6,445 caches. For a near certain 99% shot at the Lexington AR, you're staring down around 152 caches. The Turmoil knee pads, 919 caches. That's the kind of marathon that shows why events like this need tuning. But let's shift to something more approachable. Say hitting over 50% odds, where you got a better than even chance of scoring at least one. For the Lexington, that means opening about 23 caches. Turmoil takes 139 caches. And for those exclusives, like the Regulus, Eagle Bearer, or Ravenous, it's roughly 971 caches each. These aren't guarantees, since every cache is its own roll, but that's when the math tips in your favor based on how probabilities stack up over tries. Grasping that helps with the time sink. Season XP drives it all, and directives don't add any boost, so skip them to keep runs smooth. Modifiers help though. 10% extra SHD XP if you're free to play. 20% if you purchase the premium pass. Solo heroic strongholds synced up with the priority objectives are your best bet to get this thing done quickly. Like Roosevelt Island, which is a longer one, I clocked at 22 minutes. And you pull around 1,584 XP per run on average, jumping to 1,742 or 1,900 with modifiers. That nets 1.74 to 1.9 tiers each time you run it. So a full 10 tier loop for those 5 Summer Swarm caches takes about 126 minutes if you're on the free, or 116 for premium. Break it down and you're at 12.6 to 11.6 minutes per any cache. But since the good ones are every other, figure 25 to 23 minutes effectively per Summer Swarm cache when you account for the flow. Realistically, chasing that 50% on an Eagle Bearer means 971 caches or 194 loops, over 400 hours at this pace if solo. One agent's log of 271 minutes yielding 49 exotics total fits the expected 0.105 per cache from the exotic categories combined. But for a specific exclusive, you'd average maybe a fraction in that span. It's tough, and that's why I'm highlighting it. Not to dampen the vibe, but to encourage chatting with Ubisoft about tweaks, like bad luck safeguards after a certain number of opens. Some would call that a pity system. The Lexington's popularity stems from folks who couldn't grab it before, and a nudge in rates could bring more joy without handouts. We don't want to have to wait for another stretch goals event, which would be 4 full months out, to get it in the hands for those who didn't get it this time. All that said, if you're geared for the haul, Summer Swarm offers solid value, especially snagging that Wasp Warrior set to show off. But to wrap this up, let's focus on what counts as a real win here. Landing the Lexington AR and those Turmoil kneepads. This is the only way to get those 2 particular items, where at the very least you can get the raid exotics by doing raids at a much higher chance. And I know a lot of you don't do raids, but at least there's that fallback. Here's how you tackle it step by step, keeping it practical and straightforward. First, make sure you're past Season Pass tier 100. If not, grind out those last levels. Once there, activate your season modifier in the SHD strat menu for those 10% XP boosts, or go premium for 20% if you can swing it. Every bit helps cut down the time if you're really invested. Next, zero in on heroic strongholds that match the current priority objective that's given. It's not always going to be up to you because priority objectives dictate, but if you have the option, pick shorter ones like Capitol Building or District Union Arena. Remember, you don't have to do these on Legendary. Heroic is fine. Each stronghold has a different value in the XP they give you because of the effort it takes or the time it takes to complete those. If you can do these under 25 minutes solo, then you're pretty much on track. So equip your best crowd control build to breeze through them without dying and wasting progress. Yeah, so I would actually run a Reviver Hive if you're doing this solo, so you don't have to start over from the beginning because that's a drag. And Negotiator's Dilemma does a really good job of clearing content quickly. For each run, aim to net around 1,700 to 1,900 season XP with the modifier, which covers nearly 2 tiers per go. So you'll need to complete full loops of the 10 tier track, earning those 5 Summer Swarm caches each time. Remember, they're every other reward, so push through the regulars to reach them. Track your opens. For over 50% odds on the Lexington, hit at least 23 caches matches. For Turmoil, you're pushing to 139 to get that 50% odds to hit in your favor. This means roughly 5 loops for the Lexington alone, or about 10 hours at your pace. Blend in groups if possible to shave 20% off runtimes and make it less monotonous. Stay consistent, maybe set a daily goal of at least 1 full loop, which would be 5 drops. And if luck doesn't strike by then, hop on the Ubisoft forums or Reddit, maybe their Discord page to voice support for better rates or pity timers. That way, you're not just grinding, you're helping shape the game. So what do you think? Scored anything big yet? Make sure you share in the comments so you can help keep others motivated on your big wins. I know some of you are going to get lucky. Like if this cleared things up, and subscribe for more honest Division 2 takes. See you at the rendezvous. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Tuxedo Bandido, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on the good stuff I have coming for you. And if you like content like this, be sure to check out the video I have recommended for you right here. If you have anything you would like me to cover, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make things possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be the same without you.
When you buy a game from Ubisoft, enter the creator code Tuxedo Bandido to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Wait, did we just become best friends?